Okay, I'm back. Unfortunately, we had a few technical difficulties. All right, we are out. We are back online with audio and a huge rig to put together. A huge PC put together. Thanks, guys, for giving me the heads up about the audio. It's kind of hard doing everything all at the same time, and I appreciate the cooperation and the love. So happy Friday to everybody. We are streaming live from the TigerDirect TV studios for the lunchtime live cast. I'm really excited. I've got 5 viewers who kind of stayed on board to get connected. I've got DJ Fame1, D-Race Henry, and Matthew D. Welcome aboard. So I'm giving them a special thanks, guys. And we are back. I'm so excited. So today is Good Friday for all my Catholic friends out there, and it will be followed by Easter Sunday this weekend. So have fun, enjoy, those of you that do celebrate Easter Sunday. Today I've got a huge, massive rig. I don't know if you were tuning in yesterday, but we pulled apart this baby, which is the Corsair half XM mid-tower case. It's got a 1200 watt Silent Pro Gold Cooler Master power supply, and I didn't pull this out because we ran out of time yesterday, but considering that I'm going to build it again, I may not pull it out anyway. I don't know. Depends on what kind of mood I'm in. We'll see. We also have other cool things that we pulled out of this computer. This rig, they only gave me 4 gigs or 2 gigs of RAM. 1 stick of a 4 gig or 2 gig RAM. I think this machine with this capability probably needs about 6, 8, maybe. I don't know. The motherboard is really cool. The motherboard is the X79 EVGA FTW motherboard. This rig also had Crucial SSD, which is 128 gigs of solid state device, which solid whatever, really nice. And then it had the traditional 3 terabyte Seagate Barracuda hard drive, which is also pretty nifty. You kind of need to use this, especially, I mean, I was saying yesterday, I wouldn't recommend to completely get off the HD, the hard drive, because, I mean, it really will take information of, yes, of course, it's a little more vulnerable because there's a lot more moving parts here, so if something drops or gets kicked or whatever, you have more chances of losing your data. But with the new Seagate technology, they've actually refined the speed and the recording speed for the storage drive, the power, so it works. It's good. It's 3 terabytes of storage, which is important, especially for people like me who edit HD video all the time. We also have what else do we have on here? The TPC-812 cooler. Now, I'm going to show you what this cooler looks like without the fan. This actually has 2 parts. So, this is the radiator of the cooler, the computer cooler. It looks really cool. You put it down this way. You've got all these cool little gizmos here, and then you attach the fan to it, which is what powers the airflow. Now, this was a little difficult to install when I put this together because you have to do like 3 or 4 different brackets and parts for it to hold in place. And it has springy riser screws, so it's like a screw wrapped in a spring, and it's hard to get that to like, you know, boil down. So you really have to toggle with it a little bit. But once you install it, it's good. It's worth it. I mean, the price is great. It may not be a liquid cooler, but it's probably up there with high-end cooling. It's a little more portable than like a liquid cooler. I'm sure you have less probabilities of damaging your computer with water, and it's got, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 radiator pipes on each side of the actual contact for the CPU. So airflow is incredible with the TPC-812 cooling unit. Let's see what else we've got here. Oh, let me show you the motherboard that all this stuff is going to sit on. This is the EVGA X79 FTW motherboard. You got PCI. You've got you know, 4 DIMMs, which you can expand up to 16 gigs of RAM if you want. It's got 2, 4, 6, 8 USB 3.0 ports. It's got 1, 2, 3, 3 USB 2.0 ports, 2 Ethernet ports, bunch of audio components. It even has a SPDIF and the serial port, the S-video port, sorry, for any kind of peripherals that still have that. So very cool. Very big motherboard, lots of fun toys to play with. So I want to know about the people watching right now. Who is online and who is enjoying the lunchtime live cast? What are you having for lunch? Oh, Matthew, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, that must have hurt. Matthew just put his headphones on after we had our audio glitch, and he forgot that he had put the audio all the way up, his volume meter all the way up, and he put his headphones on. I think it just blew his ears out. Sorry, Cuban girl problems. Anyway, social stream. We still have nobody commenting on the social stream, but we're here live, locked, and loaded. Who is in my chat room? I've got, let's see, who do I got? Okay, we've got same guys. What's up, guys? So glad you guys are here. Tuning in to the lunchtime live cast at TigerDirect. Today we are going to put together really quickly the rig that we pulled apart yesterday. But let me show you the coup de grace of this computer. Let me reach over here. Let me show you the coup de grace. Look at this thing. Can anyone tell me what this is? Let's see if you've been paying attention. Which card is this one? Which model is this one? Check this out. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? You got 2 DVI, HDMI out. I mean, look at this. Isn't this wonderful? I want to know. So, this is a gaming GPU card. Which class is it? Let's see who is in my chat stream and who's paying attention. Aha, DJ Fame1. Got it. It looks like a 680, and that's exactly what it is. It's the GTX 680 from EVGA, GeForce, NVIDIA technology. Great, awesome, wonderful stuff. Look at the fan on it. It's really cool. Very big card. Look at it. Covers my face. This is a very big card. It covers my face. All right. Other cool things before we get started on building this rig is, look what I got in the mail yesterday. You know what this is? This is the Square. This is something for all of you small business owners out there who want to accept credit card payments. I mean, I think you've probably seen it by now. They've been out for a while. You can actually attach this little piece, and I'll stand up now and show you when I get a little closer. You can install this little piece onto your iPhone back here, and you can accept credit card payments with an app on your phone and connect it to any account you want. It could be PayPal, it could be Visa, it could be anything pretty much. So I'm going to research this weekend a little bit more. But this, of course, was invented by Jack Dorsey. And who knows who Jack Dorsey is? Let's see who's paying attention. I got 8 viewers out there. Who knows about Jack Dorsey? I'm going to social stream this one too, showing off my new Square gadget, Square Reader. Can anyone tell me who Jack Dorsey is? He obviously is the guy that designed this Square. He's the inventor of this Square, but he has another claim to fame in internet world and life and news. Let's see, who else do we have up here in our chat stream? We've got our guys. Let's see, D-Race in here. Oh, Matthew, that's sweet. That's a hi, D-Race Henry. Is it Dr. Ace Henry? Ah, Dr. Ace Henry. Huh. So Jack Dorsey is actually the guy that invented this, the Square Reader that I just showed you, and Twitter. Yes, he's one of the founders of the Twitter company, of Twitter, the proverbial Twitter. And he got forced out of the company when they got big. So he, started again from scratch and created Square, and now he's doing really well again. So congrats to Jack Dorsey. Welcome my 8 viewers to the Lunchtime Livecast at TigerDirect. I want to know what you're having for lunch. This is my lunch. I'm having a banana. So I'm glad you guys are at least partaking in some nutritional activity during this lunch hour and our Lunchtime Livecast. Straight out of TigerDirect TV studios. Real quick announcement, the Miami Heat dancers and Bernie the mascot, along with the NBA championship trophy, will be here at TigerDirect a little later today, around 3 o'clock this afternoon. Now, for those of you that are watching the stream, this is an insider tip. I'll be live streaming from that event with the people from the Miami Heat without anybody knowing. So if you're one of these 9 viewers that just tuned in, tune in a little later at 3 p.m. Eastern Time right here on the TigerDirect TV Ustream channel. And I'm going to live stream our visit from Bernie, Miami Heat's mascot, two of the lovely Mighty Heat dancers and that wonderful NBA championship trophy. They'll be making their way over here, and I'll be taking photos and I'll be live streaming, so tune in later today. Welcome my 9th viewers. So all right, let's get down to business. Getting some tea done, and we shall start with our build. So I've already kind of given you a product parade as to what's going in here. Let me just clear some room so I can lay this puppy on its side. The first thing we have to do is, oh, by the way, the chipset in this rig is a CPU, an Intel Core i7. All right, and I don't know exactly what it's processing at. I'm not sure which model it is. I'll have to look at the back of the chip or see the item list that they gave me, but it's pretty cool. Getting started with the PC build. Let's see. Sorry guys, I'm social streaming right now. I want to know what you guys are having for lunch. Please let me know and I will shout it out. So far we've got a couple of awesome chaps in the chat room. We've got, let's see, no, Henry D. Race is a nickname, no doctor. Okay, Henry D. Race. Okay, just Henry. All right, Henry. Thanks for clearing that up for me. And then Matthew79 from the UK says, my Sony Xperia T has NFC built in, so I can make payments from my phone by touching another device. It's clever stuff, and it's a lovely phone. Also, it's the Bond phone. Very cool. Very nice. So who just had dinner? No way. Well, I'm having lunch. It's 1 o'clock p.m. on my turf here in Miami. I'm about to have a banana, but not before... Oh, I just dropped my banana. Not before I start putting this rig back together, and hopefully it works, right? It would suck if I put it together and it doesn't work. It's that moment of truth. So let me put my tools over here. I love my tool collection. See, every nerd needs a good full tool collection. And I actually get a lot of help from my friends here at TigerDirect. Maybe next week on Monday we'll have Marlon or Dana from the IT office. Those are the guys that kind of support the entire company come in. Dana is actually a world champ League of Legends player, and Marlon is just a Nintendo whore and loves Nintendo and is very good at working computers, right? Okay, so first thing I want to do is put the TPC-812 cooling unit on the actual motherboard, because that's how they suggested that you install it. You have to put the cooler itself on the motherboard. Now bear with me, because I had a little trouble installing this cooler onto this motherboard when I did it the first time. So let's see how it goes. Let me move this case out of the way and let me sit down. Can you guys see? Let's see, maybe if I move back here. Right. So I'm going to show you a close-up of the parts that we're actually using. So we've got the cooler here with the contact there. I already put some thermal grease on it. We've got the fan that attaches to the cooler and then to the motherboard. And then these are the gizmos that we have to use to actually hold the cooler in place. All right, so if you can see what I'm holding up to the webcam there, you'll see these little screws. They look almost like thumbnail screws. And then we have this bracket thing which adjusts to size depending on what you're installing, whether it's the AMD chip or on this motherboard, particularly the Intel socket. So these are the Intel brackets. Of course, the TPC-812 comes with both. So let's see. Basically, these are the springy things that I was talking about that are so difficult. Let's get the screws into the actual corners of the bracket of the motherboard. So the chip is already in there. Actually, before we start, let me check what chip it is so I can tell you what kind of power this thing has before we move forward. Let's see, try not to touch the sides. Oh no, it's got thermal grease on it. I really can't tell. Sorry. Sorry guys, next time. I know it's one of the, it's either the 15K? I don't know. One of the two. I have to check the list that they gave me. This is from a long time ago that it came into the studio, so I don't want to give you false information, but regardless, it's a quad-core Intel Core i7. Pretty badass. You can do stuff. Yes, it plays Crysis. Alright, so I'm screwing in these little riser, or not so little riser screws that look like thumbnails, courtesy of Cooler Master's TPC 812 packaging. It's one of the things that they ask you to do first. And this is just to kind of keep it steady and to receive the springy screws that are a pain in the butt to screw in, to hop out, and all that wonderful stuff. So, my 7 viewers, welcome to the Lunchtime Livecast. I'm hoping to gain more viewers. What I need is for you guys to retweet the show. I need you guys to tell your friends. It's lunchtime. I mean, the compression of the file size that you're watching, the video stream, is so small. You could watch it on your phone while you're having your lunch, maybe even interact with me. Speaking of, let me check what my social stream looks like, because I like to keep in touch. Let's see, we've got, who else? Oh, Mr. Gadget had chicken and corn tortilla soup. Yum! DJ Fame 1 had pan con bistec from Latin America. Nice. And yes, I'm bumping to Wu-Tang Clan. So if you want to tune into the radio list that I'm actually jamming out to, just follow me on Spotify, Yendiism, and look for my 9 to 5 radio play. It always seems like gangster rap and Wu-Tang just make my day easier, and I can get things done. More aggressive, I guess, you know? Makes me want to charge out and get the day over with and get it done right and be good and challenge and all that wonderful positive stuff that you need when you're working. But then again, gangster rap. So how that works, not too sure. Anyway, so let's see what's next. Now, I don't have the instructions with me because, oh right, so here. Now I gotta stick this bracket through the bottom here. So let me get closer so you can see. So the bracket, they're like interchangeable. You can go like that, or you can close them up kind of like scissors. So what I'm going to do is I have to feed, now the bracket has a thick top and a little peg on the bottom. If you notice, the cooler has like a little hole on the peggy bottom there, on the bottom to put the peg. So I'm going to weave this through. I'm going to drop it in there. So you see, I dropped it in the peg. And now I'm going to position those screws into the riser screws that I just installed on the motherboard. So let's see how we do this right. I think like this would be better, or like this. Let's do it like this. So there we go. And now all we have to do is screw this in with a screwdriver. There we go, I just measured it out there. Trusty screwdriver. Remember, if a girl can use a screwdriver, she can do anything. It's amazing how basic skills like learning how to use a screwdriver can save your life, right? So what do you guys, I've got pan con bistec from Latin America Grill from DJ Fame 1. I've got chicken and corn tortilla soup from Henry. Matthew is about tea time for Matthew, right Matthew? And then I have a bunch of friends everywhere tuning in to the Lunchtime Livecast. I want to know what you're having for lunch. I'm building a massive rig, or I'm putting back a massive rig back into its original form before they find out that I pulled apart a PC inside the studio. Of course, I get to get away with a little bit of stuff, not too much, like playing with cool stuff all day and talking to you wonderful, lovely people about it. So there we go. It's in. Now you really have to kind of give it some oomph, some force. Let me see what my social stream is looking like so far. Are there any questions? So far I am installing a TPC 812 CPU cooler with a huge radiator. The case that I am, organic kale for the win. Albert Unplugged. Very nice, Albert Unplugged, but anyway, let's see. So the case that I'm using is the Cooler Master XM mid-tower case. It almost looks like I could use it as a mini server. And let's see, I always wonder how those motherboards won't crack with this big aftermarket colors. This board, actually, believe it or not, is cool, but if you think that they're cracked motherboard colors, you know, market coolers. No, this cooler is straight from Cooler Master, and it's nice. You can't knock it. It's very nice. Let's see, let me finish screwing it in, securing it in place so it doesn't toggle around so much. Let's see, who else is out there? Who's listening? Albert Unplugged. Is this Albert like Manduka or someone else? I do have a organic kale, if you're asking, in my garden. It's actually flourishing and it's quite nice. I use it in my tech juices in the morning. This morning I had a quad note, which was spinach, celery, carrots, and a navel orange. Love juicing, makes you feel so much better. So who else is tuning in to the Lunchtime Livecast with moi, Yendi? Don't forget to tune in a little later today right here if you want to see the Miami Heat dancers, Bernie, the championship trophy. They're all making their way over to the TigerDirect offices just to, you know, chill out, take pictures, have fun. The Miami Heat starts playoffs this weekend, so get ready. Now, a little bit about that Chicago game. Heat fans, that's nothing. The Miami Heat still have the best record in the league, and they're still seeded in the playoffs, so pretty cool stuff. Anyway, so I've installed the radiator, and now I'm going to attach the fan. Let me see where dim 1 is. Dim 1 is over here. So I'm attaching the fan to the actual cooler. Let's see, there we go, loosed here. Now I'm going to press in the memory into one of the dim slots here. So I'm always go from 1 out. So you have dim 1, dim 2, and dim I refer to as the slots where you put the memory in, the memory slots. I start with dim 1. I made the mistake of putting it in dim 4 when I wasn't too familiar with building computers, and all I got was a beep when I turned on the computer, and that was just because, you know, the memory was installed incorrectly. So just align the edge of the RAM into and press down until you hear it clicks, right? Don't be afraid to give it a little bit of a push, and it's in place. So far we've installed what we needed to install on the motherboard. Now let's, I guess the graphics card we'll put at the end because it's really big and clunky, and I'm sure it's not too hard to work with. Let's get that power supply and the cable management kind of taken care of. So let me put this here. I am open to any suggestions about cable management. If you're watching right now and you know a lot about building your own PCs and DIYs, like, give me some tips. I would love to hear from what, let's see, after 27, I think we were just tired of, no, you know what I think about the Miami Heat, and forgive me as I rant on and I'm chatting back and forth with my friends over in the chat room. The thing about the Miami Heat streak, it was more a sensationalized media thing where the media kept sensationalizing, oh, Heat streak, and I mean, if you notice all the interviews of the players, they're like, oh yeah, I mean, it's a win, it's a win, it's a win. They're not focusing on, they weren't trying to focus on that. Now, it's better to go into these playoffs without all that pressure about the Heat. Can you imagine, like, okay, let's say they win the rest of the season in this streak, and then they have to go into the playoffs with that pressure. I think now it's time to kind of recollect themselves and take it to the next level with some rest, some perspective, and some bigger eyes on the prize. Yeah, they did. The Bulls did have to play bully ball, and yeah. So don't get me started on the Heat. Routing cables. I didn't. I know, but cables, such a pain in the butt, especially with this thing. So what's cool about this rig, though, it's got cable access. Let me see. I'm blind here right now. Let me see what I'm looking at. Who is out there? So the thing about cable management with this case, can you guys see it? Is that I've got all this back here. You see? So all my cables, let's see, where's this cable? This is from the actual power supply that's going to go into the, and then these are the fans. So I've got, yeah, zip ties definitely, but I don't, oh. Zip ties are so ugly. You know, I've got all these zip tied back here. So cable management so far on this side. So let's, what do you think I should start with? What part do you want me to start with? Let me know. Let's see what the chat says. Oh. Anyway, what are you guys having for lunch out there? Let's see. We've got social stream. Having a problem with KVM switch, may I call for troubleshoot guidance? Yes, by all means. Call for troubleshoot guidance. In any case, I'm answering the social stream in the chat, so forgive me. You're tuning into the Lunchtime Livecast on TigerDirect TV, and I want to know what you're having for lunch. Thank you so much for joining me here. We've got 15 minutes, oh my God, to put this together. We may not have time, we may run out of time, but let's get it started. All right, so let me turn this around so you can see what I'm doing, and it's not that big of a mission. I guess I'll install the hard drives first. So I'm gonna install the SSD first on the first drive bay. As you can see here, this is compatible, so make sure you install it with the connector port facing the connectors, right? All right, let me see if I can get this in here like this. The holes are here, and we have to align here. Let me get my screws, tiny little screws. Let's see where they are. All right. So anyway, great part about being at TigerDirect is the fact that I get to do this on a daily basis. Build computers, make things work. If you tune in and you look into our event schedule page right here on Ustream, you'll see that next weekend we'll be in San Francisco at the AMD Fan Day event. So that's going to be kind of cool. I actually got the green light from IGN, IGN.com, with my friend Naomi and all my Cali peeps on that side of the country. They're going to let me into the studio. I get to do a tour of the IGN studio, so that's kind of cool. I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing Naomi again. Looking forward to seeing all my friends over from AMD. It's going to be fun. We're going to be setting up there with a live cast as well. So make sure you tune in. It'll be fun. I don't know about a dance contest. What do you guys think? Nerds dancing for PC parts? People love that, I think. Anyway, I've been doing this for a while, guys. Let's see what my chat stream says. Oh, I just opened a file. You guys should see. Let me actually take a picture so you can see what I'm seeing right now from this this chair. Again, you can always tune into my playlist, which is the 9 to 5 radio playlist on Spotify. Just follow Yendiism. You see me? This is the TV I'm projecting off, and I'm reading all of your chats and your comments and your social streams. So let's see what we're doing with chat. We've got, yep, heat dancers are coming to the, oh, you always start with the bigger cables, like 24 pin. Ah, thank you, Henry. Very good suggestion. I like that. So Henry says to always start with the big cables, the bigger cables like the 24 pin connectors, so that it's easier to, I guess, start from the worst to the easiest. Anyway, I'm putting down the, okay, so really cool stuff about these drive bays is that this brick hard drive, which is a big difference from the SSD drive I just installed, has these little pressure things, and I'm going to show you now that I'm removing from the side. Let me remove the last one here. Let me see what I'm doing here. So here, if you noticed, you see this thing right here? Very easy to remove. You just pull it here, and then that is done. It's removed, and you can pressure the actual hard drive onto the drive bay and slide it in. You don't have to screw this one in. The SSD you did have to screw in just so that it gets, it's in place, but you didn't have to do it with the other one. So I'm placing this one like this, and then I get to put in my pressures here. Ooh. All right, there we go. Align the holes correctly. I guess one. You can tune into my playlist on Spotify. Bear with me. I have the patience of a freaking nun here, but it works. I promise. There we go. Clipped, 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 and it's going in. There. Cool. So let's see who we've got in our chat room. Mind you, I'm doing this all by myself, guys. Once I get an intern, which is what I've been begging for the last couple of days, this could go smoother, I think. Anyway, leave us some messages on our Twitter, on our Facebook. Just keep following us, guys. It's only getting better, and I'm so excited that you've joined us here at the lunchtime live cast with this rig, putting it back together. Now, cool thing about this rig is you get to slide in everything. Maybe we'll power it up in the next episode on Monday. You can unlock, lock. Let's see, slide it in. I have to do it from this way. From the back. What a pain. Alright, locked. Putting this mask here. Now, the thing about this case, which is really cool, is the ease of use for it and the fact that you have so much expansion. You can add, like I said, I would probably use this case to make my home server. I've got, aside from these drive bays here, I've got 2 slots here in the front for more drive bays, which are great, and there's eSATA connection ready to go. So I could potentially put my SSDs, my portable SSDs in there, stick 2 SSD drives up here in the front, make this all HD drives, hard drives. I mean, this thing is incredibly powerful fast. So anyway, we're running out of time, let's see, and I have to prep for our Miami Heat visit, so I'm sorry we couldn't finish building this rig on time, so we'll finish it up. I definitely like interacting with you guys and you guys showing me how to put it together. Suggestions are always welcome. You know, this is a community. We're here to help each other out. So why don't you get ready for our next live cast where we finish building this thing, and I will take tips and tricks from you guys. Maybe we'll spend the weekend promoting it, getting people to want to actually log on. So I thank you, my 6 viewers who are left in this broadcast. Eat your lunch, enjoy the rest of your weekend, happy Easter, and until Monday, this is Yendi Valdez for the TigerDirect Lunchtime Livecast.